Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, May the 2nd, and I'm headed into town, the other town where there actually is more, where there's a Walmart, a couple of restaurants. I'm actually going to go in, have breakfast, so actually sit down and have a good breakfast. And I just want to explain my reasoning behind the other video where I asked for advice. Again, I appreciate everybody's advice. I value everybody's advice. The video didn't really show much of the trailer. I'm not new to this. I'm new to buying mobile homes. Don't get me wrong. I've never owned a mobile home. I know a lot of people that have, and I know there's a lot of problems that come along with mobile homes in the future. But I did my research. I really did my research. The home values, the values of mobile homes in this area, the values of the property. And this is something that I'm not new at. Most of my life, I built homes and remodeled homes and done maintenance on homes. I was actually a maintenance man, head maintenance man in a 13-story office building for a few years. And so I've always been around carpentry, and I learned everything. I'm the type of person, no matter what it is, I tried to learn it. I learned electrical, I learned plumbing, I learned air conditioning, somewhat air conditioning, not a lot, but I did learn a lot of different trades. I would actually work when I was first started out building houses, working for a builder. I would actually stay after I got off and help the plumbers or help the electricians for free, just to learn. I mean, I learned so much from those guys because they were glad to get free labor and teach me, that they would actually take the time and actually teach me. And I'm very grateful to all those guys that helped me in those times. But you know, this is something I pretty much know, and I'm not saying I'm right here. I mean, you know, I may be wrong. And if you think about in that video, or if you go back and look at that video, I mentioned that they wanted 10.5 actually is what they wanted, and I mentioned that's what they wanted, and that there's no way I was going to pay 10.5. Now, again, I did my research. I know what mobile homes are worth, and I know no matter what you're buying, if you're buying used, and honestly, sometimes if you're buying new, you're buying problems. I mean, because some things do happen, unfortunately. But I knew there was going to be problems. I know there are going to be problems if we get it. Now, again, I value everybody's opinion. For whatever reason, your opinions are what they are. And I really value, like I said, I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But honestly, everybody was nice. They had their opinions, and everybody was nice at their opinions, and I really appreciate that, and that's what I'm looking for. And one of the reasons I did it the way I did it, and there will be another video, whether we do or do not get it, or decide to go ahead and close on it or whatever. I want people involved in this, because I'm going to be honest. I'm a city boy. I'm not a country boy. I think at heart I'm a country boy, or in my mind I'm a country boy, but I'm not. I'm a city boy, so I have a ton to learn and a lot to learn, and I think I can learn a lot from you guys, and I look forward to learning a lot from you guys. And sometimes I'll take your advice, and sometimes I won't, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand that, you know, because it's hard to give advice when you don't live in a certain area, so you don't really know how things work or how things go, or the situations that you're giving the advice on. But I still appreciate the advice, because it may work. There may be things that will work. Again, I forgot where I was at. I have a bad habit of rambling on and rambling on. But anyway, we put a lowball offer in on the mobile home with the property. It's in town, in a very nice town. The mobile home is actually in really, really good shape. It does need some work. Don't get me wrong. It was an elderly man that lived there. His daughter is from Connecticut, I think. She came down and got him and took him back so she could take care of him. And that is the only reason he moved out of the mobile home. I talked to the neighbors, and the air conditioner unit is less than a year old. It's a package central heat and air unit. The little leak in the roof came from a chimney where he had a small wood stove put in. And so, but he had that repaired, but he never had the ceiling tiles or whatever repaired. So that's why I saw the stains, but there was no water. And we've had a ton of rain in this area, and none of the tiles were wet. So apparently he had it fixed, but he just never replaced the tiles in there. And they were just small stains and a little sagging around the pipe. But I'm actually going to take the wood stove out of there, because one of the things that scares me to death is a mobile home and fire. I'm terrified of them. Again, I've never lived in them. I've never owned one, but I hear and I see the news and stuff about mobile homes catching on fire and burning up and trapping people, but it really, really bothers me. The worst thing about that property, as far as repairs that I can see, and I've actually crawled under it, through it, I mean, I've really checked it out, is that back porch. I mean, he, for some reason he let it go. Maybe he just never went out there, and so it needs to be completely ripped off and redone. You know, I'll put a little smaller back porch. I'm not going to put a big back porch on it. And then I own tools. I own paint sprayers. I own basically anything you need to build a house. From when I used to build a house, kind of a pack rat. I wouldn't sell my tools. I actually put them in storage. You know, and some of them I'm going to sell before we get everything up here. But a lot of them I'll actually bring with me. But anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, and this is kind of a long drive into town, and I want everybody who almost run over a squirrel. But I want everybody to see some of the drive into this town, so I'm going to cut it off right now, and I'll pick it back up when I get closer into town, and so everyone can see and then I'll pick up back on the mobile home thing. So, all right, talk to you guys later. Well, I'm back. Well, I'm almost into the town now, and I'm going to give you a little shot. Not much to see in this town, but it's a lot bigger than the town we actually live in. But it does have the Walmart and a few other things. The restaurant that I'm fixing to go to and have breakfast. They have great biscuits and gravy there. I'm actually kind of glad I don't live in this little town, because I'd probably eat breakfast there every morning. Anyway, I'm going to give you some more shots this little town before I get to the restaurant. And luckily I have to drive slow because the speed limit's only 35. But anyway, there's the school, which is, I think, it's a high school and middle school together. And then there's an elementary school right next to it. And there is the baby Walmart. I'm sorry about that. But there's the baby Walmart. What they call the baby Walmart. And again, not much here. And I mentioned one of my other videos, there's only one fast food place. That's it. There's McDonald's. The it. So anybody coming here looking for fast food, you won't find it. Which is kind of great. I like that. Not too commercialized. And this is actually the highway that goes over toward, we're not going into Arkansas, but it actually goes over toward Arkansas. actually the little restaurant is right up from the mobile home that we looked at, and that it's in that video. And just a little more here. But anyway, again, going back to the mobile home, we did, if I haven't already said, we put in a very, very low ball offer. If they accept, they don't accept. I mean, they've come back with a couple of, you know, different prices again, and we rejected them because we're dead set on the price that we offered. Now, it is a very low ball price. If they don't like it, you know, we're not going to up the price. We feel comfortable there that we could actually strip it out and recover our money and sell off the piece of land and recover our money and not lose anything on it. So again, like I've said, this is not my first rodeo. I've done this before. We actually owned a 45-unit apartment complex at one time, and I'll do another video on that, how that became, and we had some other rental properties in the past, and you know, I just decided to get out of it quite a few years ago. But anyway, I'm almost at the restaurant here. I'm actually at the restaurant. It's called the Country Cottage. It's a great little restaurant. So I'm going to close this up for now. Talk to you guys later.